Recently, gimbals have come down in price a lot, with the main brands such as DJI selling models such as the Osmo, Osmo Mobile and the more professional orientated Ronin. However, these gimbals can range in price from £130 all the way up to over £1,000. This is where the Zhiyun SmoothQ gimbal comes into play, as it's a beginner and more importantly an affordable gimbal. Firstly, what's the point of a gimbal? Well, we all know that smooth looking footage is generally better than really shaky footage. However, it is sometimes hard to get that smooth look when shooting handheld. The aim of a gimbal is to reduce handheld movement by stabilising a camera that can be mounted on it. This is one of the main differences with the SmoothQ, as the only type of camera that you can mount on it is a smartphone. Some might look at this as a disadvantage, as you might not have the flexibility with a smartphone's camera compared to a DSLR. But I see this as an advantage, as you always have your phone on you. However, not many people carry around a gimbal, a DSLR and a lens with them. The SmoothQ is even more relevant now, as smartphone cameras are getting to the point when they are comparable to high-end DSLRs. In the box you get a micro USB charging cable for the gimbal, a user guide and the gimbal itself, which comes in a very nice hard case. It's nice to see that Zhiyun have included this case, as the case that comes with the Osmo Mobile is more like a polystyrene block. The case has a strap attached for easy carrying and it generally feels good quality. In your hand, the gimbal has a nice weight and feel to it, and it does feel like good quality plastic. On the bottom there is a tripod mount and on the back there is a USB port. You can plug in a lightning cable, for example, to charge your phone whilst on shoot. This is a nice feature that I haven't seen included on other gimbals. There are two LED indicators on the front. One shows the battery level and the other shows what status the gimbal is in, or whether it is charging. Setup on the gimbal is fairly easy. What you need to do is put your smartphone in it, as long as it weighs less than 200 grams. This meant that I had to take off my Apple Smart battery case because of the added weight. Then you need to adjust the cradle for the phone so that it balances to the horizon. Then to turn on the gimbal, press and hold the record button, and then it will turn on and automatically level. There are several modes for the gimbal that can be changed through the mode button. The first is called pan following mode. This mode means that you can turn it left and right, but the up and down axis will be locked unless you manually change it on the joystick. Another press on the mode button will take you to the following mode. This mode follows all your hand movements, up, down, left and right. The final setting is locking mode. This mode makes your phone constantly point in one direction, which allows you to get some fairly cinematic shots. I find these modes sufficient enough to be able to get good looking shots on your phone. Of course, the quality of the footage depends on the phone that you are using. I'm using an iPhone 6 here, which shoots in 1080p at 30 frames per second. There is a Zhiyun app which connects your phone to the gimbal through Bluetooth. Recording through this app allows you to use the record button and the zoom in and out toggle on the gimbal. In the app you can change the speed of the gimbal, update the gimbal, add filters to your video, start a moving time lapse, adjust camera settings, see the battery percentage of the gimbal and record video. One feature that interested me was the smart object tracking mode. What you do is draw a box around a moving object, and then it should in practice follow the object. For me, if the object moved relatively quickly, it would lose sight of it. I'm sure that Zhiyun will release an update in the future to fix this, however at the moment it isn't great. I would use the Zhiyun app instead of the generic camera app because of these added features. Here are some clips shot on the Zhiyun SmoothQ gimbal with the iPhone 6 at 1080p. So you get all of this for £100. What is there not to like about it? I think the gimbal itself is impressive and it does improve your video. However, the Zhiyun app is a little disappointing and slightly unintuitive, but it does do a great job of stabilising your phone. I would recommend this to anyone who wants to take their smartphone filmmaking to the next level without spending too much money. Thanks for watching this, make sure to like this video and if you haven't already, please subscribe.